You are an employee of President William Samoei Arap Ruto. That is a message from the former Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya to the current Deputy President, Professor Kithure Kindiki. So it is true. The former Deputy President knows that Kindiki is not an employee of Kenyans, but an employee of President William Ruto. Do you think the former Deputy President is being honest with himself? Please let me know what you think in the comment section. I will be reading your feedback. Now, during an interview on NTV, the former deputy president exposed so many things, but this caught my attention. You are an employee of President William Ruto. So to him, he was elected because he was a running mate of President William Ruto in the last presidential election that took place in 2022. And remember how members of parliament from Mount Kenya region at that particular time, they were advocating for Professor Kithure Kindiki to be nominated as President William Ruto's running mate. The head of state, which is President William Ruto right now, at that particular time, he was a deputy president. He saw it right to pick Rigathi Gachagua. And to me, he wanted to use Rigathi Gachagua to get votes in Mount Kenya region because of his mobilizing ability. He can go to the ground and mobilize for William Samoei Arap Ruto's to get more votes in Mount Kenya region. And he also had deep pockets at that particular time, and I still believe he has got deep pockets. So he was given that opportunity to become President William Ruto's running mate, but it was not members of parliament's choice. That is the truth. And that is why they were able to impeach him easily. At that particular time, he had also made so enemies in both government and also, I think not in both the government, but in the National Assembly and Senate. And right now he's coming out to tell us that DP Kindiki is an employee of President William Ruto. And that is why he could not resign, because he was not President William Ruto's employee. It is now confirming why it was difficult to work with Rigathi Gachagua, because he is someone who will always speak his mind. And it seems like within President William Ruto's circle, he was a threat. So they had to take him out as soon as possible. But sometimes it is also difficult to believe the former deputy president of the Republic of Kenya, especially when he was asked about alleged gangs that attacked Azimio protesters in 2023. He said there were no gangs, but we could see there were allegations that there were gangs that infiltrated or attacked Azimio protesters. So sometimes it is difficult to believe it. At that particular time, the current deputy president was the internal security CS. So sometimes it is difficult to believe both of them. But something that is also interesting is that Professor Kithure Kindiki can be fired by President William Ruto. Is it true? Just because he's not an employee of the people, of which to me I feel that is not right. That is not true. That is the reality on the ground. But there's something that he's talking about that is so touching, that the president of the Republic of Kenya, William Ruto, had intention to divide Mount Kenya into Mount Kenya East and Mount Kenya West. By the way, before his impeachment, members of parliament from Mount Kenya East declared their loyalty to the current deputy president, Professor Kithure Kindiki. At that particular time, he was the Cabinet Secretary for Internal Security and National Administration. And there was a clear picture that there was going to be division between Mount Kenya West and Mount Kenya East. But Kimani Ichung'wah was working so hard to ensure that there is no division because they were saying it was a collective effort by members of parliament from Mount Kenya and other members of parliament from the whole country to kick out Rigathi Gachagua. And that is why he started uniting Mount Kenya, because he realized that the head of state was going to use that method of divide and rule. Because currently, the reality is that the president has received a boost from Raila Amolo Odinga's ODM party. And that is why he cannot be in a position to tolerate people like Rigathi Gachagua. He could tolerate him in 2023, 2022, but 2024, it was impossible, especially after the Gen Z protest and Raila Amolo Odinga donated some members of parliament to him. So it was still difficult to uh, to trust the former deputy president. But I really doubt if Professor Kithure Kindiki is an employee of President William Ruto, because he's an employee of Kenyans. He's being paid by the money that by the taxpayers, because we pay tax so that the government can get revenue to run its activities. I don't know what you think about that information where the former deputy president is saying that Professor Kithure Kindiki is President William Ruto's employee. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I will be reading your feedback. Now, I promised at the end tail of my videos to carry out civic education. The first thing you need to do is to register as a voter. And the beauty of being a registered voter is that you can participate in two elections. One, by elections that can occur when a court finds that the person who was not elected in accordance with the Kenyan constitution, that there were some irregularities, and therefore that seat can be declared vacant. Or an unfortunate event, if that person dies, that office will be declared vacant by the Speaker of the National Assembly, and therefore the IEBC will carry out the by-election. Number two, it can occur, you can also participate during general elections where you have the opportunity to elect MCA, all those members, all those elected positions within our constitution. Number two, remember to demonetize politics. I want to stress on this. These leaders will always give you 20 bob, or even, not even 20 bob. Some people are being given even 50 bob. You sell your votes. These people will forget about you because they will look for many ways to refund the money that they used during campaign period. Number three, remember to vote for policy. Don't just vote for someone because they're popular within your area. These people will lie to you. Bye for now. I will see you in the next video.